I call my wife on the way there. I don't want to talk to her to you. I just call on the way there. I'm going home. Hang up the phone and go home.
Good. Keep the lesson.
You call your wife. Tell you on your way home. While you're on the phone talking to her, roll an IQ check.
Too late, man.
I got a 2.
You
got a
hear,
20.
you hear panic in her voice. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Already, bro. I knew it was coming.
I really wanted to try it this time, Stan.
I'm just playing with you. But no, you while you're driving and you're talking to her on the phone, you're obviously clearly distracted and you're kind of watching the road. But you notice as you pass an alley, you see a big fight going on. A group of people are all brawling in this alley.
I couldn't hear it, I got injured.
What is it? How many people? Approximately?
You could, it's more than 5 on each side.
More than 5 inside. And
Yeah, but you didn't get an accurate number.
And they're going tooth and nails?
Tooth and nail, brawling.
I didn't do it. And where am I?
You're just driving down the street, Main Street.
Okay.
It's just a Powers book.
I pull around to, you said it's happening in the alley, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well I'm gonna...
It's starting to spill out a little bit, but yeah, it's a big fight.
Okay, our car's stopping, is it splitting into the street?
Yeah. It's not in the street yet, it's on the sidewalk. But you see they're like throwing trash cans at each other and friggin' somebody's got a pipe. It's a big fight. And you notice one side looks like they're clearly gang members. And the other side are all dressed in white.
Okay, I am going to pull my car into the next alley.
Okay?
I'm gonna hop out.
Mm-hmm.
Take off my jacket. I check the alley, make sure no one's there. I mean, I'm just gonna sit there and be stupid and be like, I'm just gonna do this super transformation in the alley, not look around, see if anyone's back here, like a homeless guy that see me.
That's changing. What are you doing? You see, now you gotta die. Now, okay.
Do I see anyone in the alley? Okay. Well, I'm just going to use my Sub-Zero power to create ice armor all over my body. I'm going to cover my face. And I am going to head back out of the alley.
Okay. Quick change and cover yourself and head back out.
Okay. Where are they now?
All over the street. They're on the sidewalk, partially in the street. A couple guys have guys on top of the car and they're just hammering them in the face. Purifiers, obviously, are outnumber them by maybe 1 or 2, but the gang members are holding their own, and it's a bloody, ugly fight, and it's kind of all over the street right now.
Okay. I'm gonna start freezing them. I'm gonna start freezing their feet to the ground.
All right, G, you got this guy. You froze him to the ground. He's like, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah, that's what I'm spending my time doing.
All right, you jump into the fight doing that.
Yeah.
We're gonna come back to you.
Yeah.
Dana.
Yeah. It's about to be a game.
You get to the coffee shop.
Cool.
You see her sitting there, and she's having coffee. She looks very sad. She looks very upset, and you notice that she is that someone's getting up from the table.
Okay.
Looks like almost a teenage girl, like she's like about 17.
Okay.
But she gets up, and you see she has like a smirk on her face, and you see the girlfriend looks very scared, and she just kind of puts her head down like that, and the young lady starts to walk away.
I'm gonna snap a quick picture of her on my phone.
Okay.
I'm walking in, checking everything
You
out.
pull out your phone to snap it, and you see as soon as you do, this guy walks right in front of you and bumps you and goes, "I'm sorry." He's a younger Asian guy. He goes, "Very sorry, my apologies."
I see. It's alright.
Okay. When you look up, the Asian woman is gone.
Okay. Did my assistant, or Jabarian, whoever,
Brian.
Brian, Jabrian, no, did Brian, send me the info with her name
Yep.
and stuff, what's her name?
Oh, the girlfriend's?
Yeah, the girlfriend's name.
Oh, her name is Samantha Moss.
Alright. Well, I'm going to walk around the perimeter of the, coffee shop.
Okay.
And then just kinda go and sit down with her. To Miss Moss.
Okay. You walk around the perimeter.
Do I
Roll
see
an
it?
IQ check.
Hmm?
Roll an IQ check.
9.
Okie dokie. You're looking around, you're like, nothing seems out of place. Do you have intelligence as a skill?
As a skill. Not like extra.
Nope. Okay, cool. All right. You walk around. You notice there's some people around, but they don't look out of place. They look like they're just doing their thing. And you head back in.
Okay.
You go sit down with her.
Yeah, I sit down and say, excuse me, Miss Moss.
She looks up, surprised. Do I know you?
No, but we have a mutual friend. I'm Brooklyn McCarver, head of Bad Bitch Security, and we're looking for your boyfriend.
You see, for a flash, her eyes get big, and she's like, I haven't heard from him.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to tell me the truth?
I am telling you the truth.
No,
Look, are you the police?
I'm not the police. However, we know. See, your boyfriend gave us a substantial amount of money to keep an eye on him, and everything was cool. Our time actually ran out, but one of my assistants decided to check on him, and he hasn't been seen since Thursday evening when you picked him up from the garage.
But I didn't pick him up Thursday.
I have surveillance camera. I have surveillance footage that says you did. I'm not here to give you a hard time. I just want to know what's going on with Mr. Davis. You're safe.
She starts crying. She's like, I didn't pick him up on Thursday.
Would you like to come? Why don't you come out to my car? I'll give you a ride home.
She looks almost panicked. I've got a hair appointment. She stands up and starts walking towards the door.
Miss Moss,
Are you chasing her?
I'm not gonna chase her. I'm just gonna follow her.
Okay.
And I'm like, obviously there's something going on. I'm not going to make a big deal of this.
She
But
turns around. She's like, "Go away!" And she turns around, and you hear what sounds like a bee, like zip zip. And you see, she looks at you. She turns back, and then she turns back and looks at you, and she's got this confused look on her face. And you see, she drops to her knees.
Red. R.I.P.
Awesome.
You see, right here on her chest,
Mm-hmm.
like this red patch starts to spread.
Yeah, I know what the fuck that is. Fantastic.
Oh.
Okay, well,
It's fine. She family.
do I know she's dead?
Do you have any sort of first aid?
I've got first aid.
Then you know she just took 2 bullet holes to the chest.
Well, I'm
And
also military, so.
Oh yeah. Well then, I'm sorry, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You heard 2 silenced shots at close range hit her in the chest, and she drops.
Alright, well, I'm gonna, whatever military training I have is gonna kick in and I'm getting the fuck out of there.
Okay, let's roll for initiative. D10.
Eight.
Total.
18.
Oh wait, that's,
10.
okay, 18.
Okay, you go first. You see outside there were two guys who looked like they were just kind of chilling out and having a conversation, and one of them turned around and shot her. You see in his hand is a pistol that has a silencer on it, and he looks like he's aiming at you.
All right, am I outside the building?
You're still inside. They shot her through the glass door. Accurately.
Do I have a path to my car?
No, not currently.
Okay.
You're in a crowded restaurant or a crowded coffee shop.
All right, I'm gonna.
Just as a quick note, you notice both shots hit almost identically in the same spot in her chest.
Okay, so I know this guy's good. All right, I'm gonna yell, "Get down!" Everybody, get down. I'm gonna pull my gun.
All right, you yell, "Get down," and you pull your gun.
Pull it down.
You're gonna just aim it.
I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay. You
Okay, he heard it. Just
you yell, "Get down," and pull out your gun and roll a hit. Roll a d20.
17.
Ooh. Okay. Well, you will try. He does not get out of the way of that shot. You hit him squarely in the chest for 3d6 times 2 points of damage. Roll your damage.
First death.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. What'd you say?
2.
Okay. 18.
He takes 18 points of damage to the chest. You see it spins him around. He leans up against the car. His friend, however, will grab the gun from him, and he will attempt to put two shots into your chest. He's going to shoot back at you.
Okay.
Are you going to attempt to dodge, or are you just going to take the shots?
I'm gonna, do I have to say I'm using my defensive immunity?
Yeah, you have to declare it.
Okay.
Yes.
Defensive immunity.
Okay. That means you're going to take the shots.
Right,
All right.
for one.
All right. You take the shots. 10. You take 10 points of damage from the shot, and you are now immune to bullets.
Okay.
All right. The second shot hits and bounces off of you like nothing.
I don't have to shoot back at him. I'm going towards him and just grab him.
Okay. You're attempting to get out the door to grab him. You see he kind of steps away, and he's gonna shoot at you again. He hits you solid twice in the chest. The bullets bounce off of you like there's nothing, and he looks at you like, oh. He looks a bit concerned.
Like that.
All right, we're gonna get back to you in a second.
Okay.
All righty. You just came out of the hospital watching this dude lie about his knife wound to the leg. Are you driving?
You see all kinds of things coming out of the ER.
Are you driving, or you take your public transportation?
I'm driving.
All right. You get in your car. What are you doing? Where are you headed?
I'm headed back home to my apartment.
All right. You're headed to your apartment. You're driving along. Everything seems fine. Lights are green. All of a sudden, traffic stops as you see people pouring out of an alley in this major freaking brawl.
Nice.
You see some guy's got this other guy on the hood of your car. He's just
That's bad.
all right.
Oh, man.
So you see as this huge fight is spilling out all around you. Obviously these guys are, they're wearing all white. The other guys are obviously gang members, and you see some guy. He comes out, and you see his hands are smoking from as if they're cold, and he is shooting ice out of his hands and freezing people's feet to the ground.
Can I fog it?
Fog? No, that is not a power shot that you have.
It says,
currently.
yes it does.
It says you can create
I
fog.
can do fog, I can do rain, I can do thunderclap.
But it still takes time.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the
Well,
problem.
these guys don't look like they're leaving anytime soon.
Okay. Well, we're talking a clear sunny day,
Uh-huh.
and you're going to attempt to draw clouds. That is going to take some time.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
So I'm giving you that warning. If you say you're going to do it, you're going to be there for a while, and you'll probably miss most of what's going on, concentrating and attempting to cause it to rain.
How about then a whirlwind of 75 miles per hour?
That you can do. That you can do. Okay, so
Only for a few seconds, just enough to,
whip people around.
yes. With the-
How strong is it? Like a tornado
75
almost?
It's only 75 miles
Yeah,
per
that's a
hour.
pretty
It's very
strong.
weak.
Anything
tornado.
less than 700 anything less than 700 pound moves.
Yeah. Okay, so you go whoosh, and you make this whirlwind. People directly in front of you, we'll say you catch, you catch 8 people in this whirlwind of yours, and you launch them in various directions. People go flying across the street. One guy goes through a window in a store. One guy hits a car. Another guy gets flung into the wall.
But do they stop fighting?
Well,
Yeah, now what we're gonna do here, since she didn't discriminate as to where she put that in particularly, what we're gonna roll is a 50-50 chance that you get caught up in this whirlwind first.
Alright.
So, we'll say you want high or low, above 50 or below.
Below 50, it's not me.
Yeah. Below 50 is not you, above 50, you go for a ride.
I'm gonna go for below 50.
All right.
Below 50.
Alrighty, so we're gonna
I normally
roll.
always go higher. That's nice. If I go higher, I feel like I'm gonna lose. I went low.
Alright, we're gonna roll
This
to
is the
see.
best decision.
go with your gut, go with your gut.
Can't change it now. So, that is a 27.
Ha! Yes, I mean,
So you see some of the guys you were getting ready to freeze get flung all over the place, and you see it originates from a car that you're looking at, and you see this woman in there go whoosh, and flings people all over the place.
I screwed my eyes behind the sheet, and I'm just like, wow, that was obvious. That was
Pretty blatant. Okay.
alright.
So
Yeah.
the fighting, the ones who are caught up in that particular whirlwind do stop fighting because most of them are fairly badly injured, because they either hit something solid or they went through some glass or they were flung a considerable distance. But none of them are dying, but they obviously are hurt. You see, the rest of them are pretty committed to the fight. You've locked down about 4 of them. But you still got a few people who are still trying to fight, and they're fighting tough, like, really trying to do damage to one another. So, you fling these people, and you see the guy coated in ice is now he looks at you, goes, huh? And then continues to try to freeze people. What are you gonna do next?
I'm going to step out of the car.
Okay, you got in the car. Where are you going?
I'm heading for him.
Okay, you see this woman starts walking towards you. What are you
And
doing?
I start yelling, stand back at least 12 feet. I get in the middle of melee, and then I do my energy electric field expulsion.
Oh, good Lord.
Okay, how much damage does that do?
Oh my God.
Do you move at all?
The minute she speaks, I move away from her. I jump away from this woman who almost put me up in the tornado that I didn't see.
Okay, very good. Very good.
For the most part,
How much damage does that do?
Hold on. 231 being about.
I don't even use my telekinetic leap if I have to. I'm out.
This going on down the street or something.
No, you're in the hospital trying to lie your way out of a stab wound.
He's in the hospital, but
I can do this at home. I think what?
Oh no, Ivan hasn't made it home yet.
Oh, and me assume I have to pass by this way. That's what's very clever.
Oh,
See what you're doing? Man?
No, I'm right here. 231. It says energy expulsion electric field. The character can turn herself into a living dynamo crackling with electric energy.
just need the damage.
4d6.
4d6 damage for every 5 seconds crackling the field.
Okay,
2 or 3 million.
And the field is somewhere, I said, within a 12-foot area,
Okay.
at least at first level. Victims caught in the field will suffer a maximum 4d6 damage for every 5 seconds trapped in the field.
Okie dokie. Alrighty, so you walk over to this group of about 8 people who are fighting and just go and put your electric field up. Roll 4d6.
4d6?
Yeah.
2, 4. There you go. Oh boy.
Roll.
Just roll.
This is how we
Okay.
learn.
5, 4, 5, 6, so 10, 16, 20 altogether.
That's more than half.
Oh my god. Oh jeez.
Okay.
Okay.
You see her step into this group of people. She pops this electric field. Every one of them lets out a blood-curdling scream as lightning arcs throughout each one of their bodies. Their hair stands on end. You see some of them cough blood
Shit.
as basically they get struck by lightning.
Yeah.
Do you leave the field up?
No, I take it down.
You drop the field, they all drop. None of them are moving.
Oh my gosh.
What's your alignment?
You mean what was her alignment?
do that.
Okay, so all 8 of them drop. What are you doing? You jump back and you see her basically just fry these people.
Yeah.
I got.
Are you alright?
You see traffic is like,
I walk by her to the nearest person. Someone get. I make an ice. Oh, you need to get out of here. You need to get out of.
Okay.
Oh no, they did
I'm
it.
just-
Yes, they do. People are taking your picture.
Oh, yeah.
You need
I need to run.
You need to run. You
I'm
need
going
get
to
out of
run
here.
now.
Oh,
I'm running back to my car.
you run back to your car, which is locked in traffic.
And so I decided to run, duck into the other side of the alley, on the other side of the street. Where
my God.
everybody-
She takes off down the street. We'll get back to you guys in a minute. Howard, how you doing?
For the record, I'm in my office doing my damn job.
You are in your office doing your damn job. Okay.
But I do look up one thing.
What are you looking up?
I look up something from history about a, I don't know, you call them supers or augments or whatever. The one that was strung up in New York City. And I start researching that a little bit. Since I ride the subway, I can read on the way home, you know, on a tablet.
Okay, so is that what you're doing? Is
Yeah.
As you're leaving?
Yeah,
Okay. All right, you're headed towards the subway?
yeah.
All right. You're headed towards the subway, you're like, you're doing your thing, you're like, oh yeah. Okay. And basically what you find out is that he was part of a government-sanctioned group of superheroes who were brought to bring order to the city when that immigration uprising, as they called it, happened. Which they turned out to be mostly just an unsanctioned crackdown by ICE and certain government they call it government overzealousness. And one of the deputy people got fired for it, for giving the order for it or whatever. But it basically was covered up. One of the supers who was involved in that crackdown had been arresting villains, known criminals in the city, most of which ended up dead. Because they resisted arrest every time. And so one of the ones that they had gone after, they apparently, most people thought he was dead, okay? And it turned out later that he was not. They did not name him. The reporter says that he was asked specifically not to name the individuals involved for the sake of the hero's family. But they said that he disappeared and was gone for several days. And when he returned, he had clearly been tortured to death, and he was strung up on City Hall, sort of as a message.
He wasn't killed though, right?
Oh no, he was killed.
He was killed.
He was tortured to death. And they said his death was painful and deliberate. It looks like he was beaten, cut. And
Were there any suspects that were brought in for questioning and then released?
Yes, there was one suspect that was brought in for questioning and then released, as he had several women vouch for his alibi. That was an individual known as on the street as John.
I knew it.
I look to see if there's any way that I can do this using computer operations to see if this suspect is now linked to the purifiers.
That's a whole
You can't find any linking between him and the purifiers at all.
No link.
Nothing at all. Do me a favor, roll a d20.
This is a
Yeah.
D20.
Yeah.
And a roll of 7?
Nice.
All right. You are walking down the street. You know, you're looking at you find pretty good research. You're doing your thing, and all of a sudden you hear zip, as something whips past your head, really fast.
Oh. I take off. I turn 90 degrees and take off at a dead run.
Okay, what's your fastest speed?
60.
Okay.
60 miles per hour.
All right. You take up. You turn around and you're about to take off, running, and you notice that there's an individual in front of you, and he's looking at his arm like, oh, as you see a clean hole went straight through it, and he's like, and he drops to his knees, and blood starts to pour out. He's like, he looks shocked.
I went through my head. This guy was in front of me.
No, you were facing this way.
I was facing this
And
way.
then something went past your head that way, and when you turned around, the guy behind you clearly got hit by the bullet that was meant for you. Or you think was meant for you.
I think was meant for me. Okay, as I turn to run, I'm keeping my head turned in that direction. Not the direction I'm running in, but the direction from where I think the shot was fired.
Okay, you look back that way as you're about to start running, and you see this woman come out of a coffee shop down the street. Some guy goes pow, 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 and starts shooting her. Bullets are bouncing off her chest, and she's reaching to try to grab the guy, and he's just shooting wild. And that's where the bullet came from. And you see her basically fighting some guy who's shooting at her on a busy street in New York.
And I yell kind of loudly,
That's why I got the
son of a bitch, and alter my direction, and I run in the direction of that guy that's shooting wildly.
Okay, you got a speed of 60. You can get to him. What are you going to do?
I get to him, and I take one hand, grab his arm. The next hand, I crunch his fingers against the gun. I have a strength of 25.
Okay, do you have superhuman strength?
Didn't I figure because he's a cyborg, he's extraordinary strength?
Yes, extraordinary, yeah.
Extraordinary, so can I...
That's enough. That's more than enough.
Is it enough to break his fingers against the gun?
If you accurately grab him. So we're going to go for the grab first.
Okay.
20-sided?
20s?
Who's that die?
Okay. Mind you, I've only got a PP. I'm rolling PP, right, for 15?
No, you're rolling the 20-sided die to hit.
Straight 20 roll, just roll.
It's a 6.
The 6.
And what's your plus to strike?
Plus to strike, plus 2.
That will make it a total of 8. Okay, you go to grab this guy, he ducks, tucks underneath you, and rolls out of the way. And you miss him. You see some guy, looks like a professor, just grab at this guy, a good Samaritan, grabs at this guy from behind, the guy tucks and rolls up underneath him, and he ends up back, basically got both of you in front of him, and he goes to fire again. We're gonna roll for initiative for the two of you.
Oh, okay. So a 10-sider for you.
A 10-sider? Is this a 10-sider?
Yeah.
Here.
Oh, that's 20.
10-sider. I rolled a 6.
6 and 8 is
14.
All right, you go first.
No, I don't.
Step in front of him.
All right, you step in front of him.
Oh, can I step in front of him and try to grab the guy again?
Yeah.
Can I do
Yeah.
the same things? Okay, well, I'm gonna step in front of the professor and try to grab the guy who's
Go for
going
it.
to shoot. So, 20,
Yep, D20. What'd you roll?
4.
Yeah, I got you beat already. So you go to grab, you see.
I don't know
He
why.
actually, when you go to grab for him, he runs towards the building, runs up the side of the building, flips over back behind you.
Okay.
All right. That was 14s, 13s, 12s, 11s. 11s is me. Since he jumped behind you, he's gonna put 2 rounds in you. He's shooting at you. You can roll to dodge.
That's a 20 side.
20-sided die.
Can't dodge a bullet. I don't care how fast I am.
Don't say it like that. 16.
What's your
Pretty good dodge.
What's your plus to dodge?
I don't have a plus to dodge. I'm slow.
No, you should have a plus to dodge.
You got a 15 PP, that doesn't give you a plus.
Did you
No,
pick any physical skills?
I only have his hand to hand.
Yeah,
And the
no,
hand
he's
is-
always got his hand in hand.
Okay, good.
Okay.
All right.
It's hand in hand basic.
Well, not a
A
fight.
hand-to-hand basic? Yeah, you don't get a plus to dodge for that.
Mhm.
Okay, so, you rolled 16 natural? All right, you beat him on the die roll. You see he fires at you, you kind of duck out of the way, and you see the bullets hit you in the back and do nothing. You feel him. You see he shoots her in the back clearly. You see both bullets hit her back and stop and drop to the ground. They hit her back and do nothing. You see he's like, hell. All right. That was 11s, 10s, 9s, 8s, 7s, 6s, 5s. Is that
You got a
you?
6
You got a 6?
for
6.
initiative.
For initiative. So your turn. What are you gonna do?
Okay.
You duck out of the way of this guy's shots. You see he shoots her by accident and it does no damage. What are you gonna do?
I just face him and do this. Hand blasters. Or should I say electrical discharge?
Okay. You face him and go and roll the hit.
Ooh, y'all gonna learn the hard way.
20 sided?
Y'all gonna learn the hard way.
No,
I'm so sorry.
I rolled 14, but here's what I do. I use the smallest current I can muster.
I am so sorry. You did not declare that before you
Oh,
called the
so I
action.
hit him fully then. I didn't
If
know
you're
that
going
worked.
to if you're going to reduce damage, you have to roll. You have to say that before you roll to hit, because otherwise you might go, "Ooh, I hit him too good, and I'm going to do too much damage. Let me try to reduce it." Too late then.
Okay.
You already hit him.
I learned.
What is your damage, sir?
I do, each one does 3 die damage, unfortunately.
So roll 6d6, please.
Yeah, I think I just fried this guy.
You think?